Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well, wherever it is that you may be around the world. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a lovely day. In the UK, it is hot. It is meant to be the hottest day in the UK right now. I don't know about where you guys are. Let me know what it's like where you guys are at, actually. How hot it is. Is it day? Is it night? And anything, actually, let me know where you're from. Everyone in the chat, let me know where you guys are from before we get into this. Overall Chelsea show today, Chelsea news show. We are approaching that transfer window as well, which means, you know what? Same as last year, GNA TV will be reporting on everything in regards to transfer news as well as we come close to next season's, the next season's clash. Loads of that. Still got Todd Boehlys to talk about. Lots of news breaking out in regards to him today as well. We're going to talk about potential interest of players that are interested in coming to Chelsea. Will it happen? Will it not? What would be our options? What would be our options as Chelsea fans? What do we want to see in the Todd Boehlys era? As I've got it written there, in the Todd Boehlys era, what is it that we want to see? Who do we want to see come in? There's also some talks around Fabrizio Romano and individuals leaving the football club as well. This is the Chelsea show. It's back. But before we move forward, let's cue that intro. Welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well wherever it is that you may be around the world, as I always like to say, as you know. It's been a while. I say it's been a while. Feels a bit too long, doesn't it? 2 days. But, you know, we're getting to that end of the season. We've still got the preview to do tomorrow for the Leicester game, which we will be doing. Don't worry. We'll be giving you that show as well. Chelsea also playing Watford on Sunday. We'll give you that preview show potentially on Sunday around 12 o'clock. So on the same day, you'll get 2 streams, one on Friday and one on Sunday. Saturday, I won't be around. Thursday, I'm going to see my house. My house has been built. I'm moving into my house next week. So I'm very excited. There's a lot of good things happening in and around my life at the moment. Along with that, I'm still doing these streams with you guys as well, trying to keep you guys updated on all news because we are going back into that period. Once Todd Boehlys announced, do expect Chelsea Football Club to be kicking on. Do expect Chelsea to sort out contracts. Do expect Chelsea to announce maybe new star signings. Do expect Chelsea to be linked with players that we can actually start throwing bids in for. Something that Chelsea can't do at the moment is, because of government sanctions, is the bidding side of things. So the actual negotiations are allowed, which is what we're doing at the moment. Marina Graverskaya in the background's probably working very hard to try and get these things done as well. But we're getting to what I call the end game of the Todd Boehlys transfer saga. We started 3 months ago. We now find ourselves on track for him to be announced. We will be starting with Todd Boehlys, the news around him, a little couple tweets that I found. Then we're going to talk about potential players linked to this football club. Potential players that we could see come, maybe not, maybe will. Also get your thoughts and opinions in the chat. Big up every single one of you guys. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful, blessed day as well. Get them likes up. Let's get these likes up, guys. Get this over 50 likes. Over 60 of you here already. Big up. Let's go through the chat first before we start delving into the news around Chelsea, Todd Boehlys, and the transfers as well. Surf says, within 24 hours, we went from deal falling. Do you know what, Surfs? I'm going to be honest, right? I was saying in groups that I've got on Twitter and whatever else, people were sending me DMs online of the comments that we got around yesterday in regards to an hiccup, apparently, a major hiccup in Chelsea being able to push through the deal due to Roman Abramovich again, is what we were hearing. And the first thing I said was, do not listen to it. Do not listen to it. We are at the end game, guys. We are at the end game. We're at the end phase of a new owner announcement. There is no way in hell at this point I can see something holding it back. And it got confirmed today. It got confirmed massively today of where Todd Boehlys is in his sort of area of getting things signed off, how close he is to actually being announced. Some already unnoticedly, not meaning to, on Twitter, which we're going to go through, a certain sponsor of Chelsea's has already done that. was meant to have scheduled, supposedly, this comment, released it too early, and now's apparently deleted it. But guess who's still got that comment? Guess who's still got that comment ready? You cannot run or hide from GNA TV. We see everything, bruv. Not just me. I've got a lot of people with eyes that send me stuff as well in chat. So big up to Big Ron. Chelsea fan, Coach's Corner. Nice to see you as well. Bex is in the house as always. Big up to her. Big up to Gabriels from Nigeria. Shout out to Nigeria. Big up to you. Ads is in there modding away. Remember, we have a community. We have the Discord community on GNA TV that is growing quite big. If you haven't followed it, click the app, click this link. It will take you to the GNA TV, the Discord app, which is our community on GNA TV. Download the app, and you will then be added into the group. And there you'll see me putting in the streams before they're even released, me talking about transfers and whatever in there, and all of us coming together and talking about the news around Chelsea as we do. Big up to Daniel. Gavman, nice to see you. Bex is saying cloudy day in Cape Town for you. Oh, well, we must have switched weathers because here is absolutely boiling. I am hot. Mason Gaming, big up to you. I live red in UK, Arsenal in the mud. And yes, that makes me feel good. Arsenal are in the mud. And all of that shit that they were giving us, all of that crap. Oh, we're going to catch Chelsea. We're going to finish above them. We're going to get Champions League. Man like Igal, and he is my boy, coming out and certifying top 4 for Arsenal. Nah, there's no one else coming near us. We've got so many games in hand. Blah, 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 blah. Bang! Have some of that. Arteta in is what I say. Arteta in. Arteta in. It made me well happy yesterday. I'm not going to lie. CFC Stephen is in St Albans. Not far from me, mate. You're about half hour that way. Half hour that way. What do you think of Chelsea getting Champions League football yesterday? Happy. You know, we haven't even kicked ball, and we're already confirmed on having Champions League football already. That's a good thing, right? It's a good thing, guys. That is a good thing. 2 seconds. Something popped up. I just got to quickly sort it out. There we go. Ilias, big up to you, my man. Liam Lane in the house. Big up to you. Haley, nice to see you as well. She said, good afternoon to everyone apart from boys who cry about Arsenal and get their girlfriends to message. Yep, that is her. That is her. Very funny story that she told me on Twitter, actually. I won't go into it now, but cut a long story short, the boy that supported Arsenal told his missus, and his missus messaged Haley and told her to basically, Chelsea ain't doing any better, so why are you coming for him? Even though she knows him from school or whatever. Long story short. Big up to Ilias from Denmark. Nice to see you, brother. Hope you're well. Hope you are well. Who else have we got here? Jeremy! Jeremy is in the house, man. Jeremy is in the house. Wow, so many comments coming in. Big up to all of you guys. Nathaniel, man, just get your agenda out of it. Take your Lukaku stinky ass out of it, man. Chelsea boy, big up to you. CFC Times as well. Chelsea to miss out on Champions League next season is what Jeremy's saying. I think you're going to be disappointed. I think you're going to see that this owner that comes in cares about this football club more than you guys expected. And I do still believe that slightly. Big up to Come On You Blues TV. My boy Jake is in the house as well. Nice to see you, bro. I hope you're well. Make sure you go and check him out on social media. Athan, nice to see you as well. We're going to get into it. I'm just trying to say hello to everyone. You know what I'm like? I don't like being rude. I don't like being rude where I just go straight into things. I like saying hello to everyone. That's it. Josh, big up to you, my guy, as well. He's ready for Boehlys as well. The green light is given. You're right. We're going to talk about it a bit. Matthew, big up to you. CFC time as well. Lee Bell. Lee Bell was in the house. I remember when Lee Bell first came in, I thought his name was Lee Ball. I didn't even read it properly. But Lee Bell is in the house. Big up to you. Jose David, bruv. Big up to you. Sean Chelsea, big up to you. Look at all the GNA community back in here today. TJK Gamer, big up to you. Jem getting the big house next week. I am. Big house, different settings, probably more upgrades on my microphones, maybe potential green screen so you won't see anything behind. Like, I've got a lot. Got a lot planned, guys, but I need you to smash the likes, guys. Get these likes up. Subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. Josh Thompson, the Yank will destroy Chelsea. Can't wait. You dream, my man. You keep dreaming. That's all I'm going to say. Martins, big up to you. Yeah, we're talking about that. He was fuming we're not allowed players of seasons. I know. But that... So how are they going to announce the player of the season? They're just going to give him the award online. They've still got to do it. Weird, isn't it? Big up to Matty in the house as well. Anyway, let's get into it. Lord Zola, nice to see you, brother. Hope you're well. Nice to see you. Chelsea fan, Lua, nice to see you, my guy as well. Ollie Wasey, yeah, beautiful. And make sure you do what Beck says there. Let's get into the news, and we're going to start with Todd Boehly. Todd Boehly's an area that I think we will go to. So let's get into it. Breaking today that's come out on Twitter is that Matt Law himself and Tom Morgs have commented saying that Todd Boehly's group to receive green light from the Premier League imminently. They will receive confirmation they have passed the owners and directors test. Do you remember there were two things left for Todd Boehly to get through? The OD test, which is this, and the government approval. Now, by the sounds of it, Premier League imminently pretty much tells me, when you read into it, guys, right, that means it's done. There's no imminently that he's got the green light, that he's already passed that. What I think we are at in terms of stages with Todd Boehly is the statement from Chelsea Football Club to confirm Todd Boehly as the new owner of Chelsea. Now, maybe that will be timed. Maybe they will time that to the last game of the season. There was a lot of talks in and around social media that we might hear that Todd Boehly's announced for the Watford game. I don't care when he gets announced from now to Watford, which is Sunday. Just make sure, but by the end of this week, for the sake of this football club and this fan base, that we are all comfortable in knowing that Todd Boehly has been announced. The government, take your shit sanctions off my football club, get out of it, and allow Chelsea Football Club to become competitive again. Allow us to go into the market. And start buying players and sorting out our contracts. All right, we're done. We've done everything we need to do. We've done it the legit way, probably more legit than what the Newcastle owners have done over there. Let's be serious. We have been put through serious tests as a football club. And Todd Boehly, by the sounds of it, even when he was announced and given the extension, the exclusivity of going forward and doing the last couple of things, I knew it was going to be him. There was no way in hell he was going to lose it from this point in. So there you go. Now, I have got that statement here, actually, that article here from the Telegraph. And it's right here. Premier League to give the green light to Todd Boehly's Chelsea takeover imminently. Plus, UNICEF chief steps in with Abramovich money vow. Lives are at stake as well. So this is really getting pushed, you know. This is really getting pushed. And I'll fly through this quickly as well. Mike Penrose, a charity executive, speaking to Telegraph Sport on the grounds in Ukraine, claims lives are at stake while ministers delay. Todd Boehly's Chelsea takeover is set to receive the green light from the Premier League as it's emerged. A former UNICEF chief executive has written to the government, promising Roman Abramovich cannot benefit from the deal. So UNICEF chief executive has come out and backed that Roman Abramovich can't make any money from this, pushing the government to get this done. Telegraph Sport has been told the Boehly Group and Chelsea should receive confirmation that they have passed the owners and directors test, which we just spoke about. But the American billionaire and his consortium must wait to find out on whether or not the government will add its own crucial approval. Now, we were told that when these two areas were brought up, we were told that the government's approval was pretty much another imminent thing. So once the OD test had been passed, the government had already kind of drafted up the approval anyway. So this thing of waiting for the government to approve it, I think probably comes as quick as the announcement of the OD test. So I think the OD test being announced by the Premier League to say that Todd Boehly's passed it, along with the government's approval, will come together. Once them two things are ticked off, then you'll see the beginning. That's why I'm saying to you guys that I feel the next step of all of this is a statement from the football club to literally confirm that Todd Boehly is the new owner of this football club. That is what we're waiting for. Mike Penrose, a humanitarian charity executive who first came into contact with Chelsea while chairing Soccer Aid, has been tasked by Abramovich to launch the 2.5 billion foundation for Ukraine, where the money from Boehly will take over. So he's been Mike Penrose has been appointed to deal with the charitable money being put forward. Him and his company have confirmed that there's no way that Abramovich will earn anything from this deal. So even once it's passed that test, this money will go to the good cause. Penrose has claimed lives are at stake And speaking to Telegraph Sports while on grounds in Ukraine, he says he would not have got involved if Abramovich or associates would have input when the charity is eventually at launch. So he's involved because they need it. And the government now have a rocket up their bum, from the charitable organisation, asking them to get it done. The government this week signalled it is prepared to eventually use the foundation which Abramovich has set up, but ministers want proceeds from the Boehlys takeover to sit in an escrow account temporarily. I remember this. I remember this conversation. Penrose said he had set out the detailed presentation to the government on how the charity will work, including promises that Abramovich and his associates will not benefit. No one who has any association would be employed to do this, he said. No one could receive any financial benefit from it at all. I've never met him. I've never spoke to him. They, Bruce Buck and Abramovich's spokeswoman, reached out to me because I was the CEO of UNICEF UK and I was the CEO of Action Contra La Faim. I was the global humanitarian, blah, 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 blah. He's talking about it. They reached out to me to do this, so I've created this independently on my own initiative. All I have ever done is refer back, and the only commentary I've ever had back from Chelsea or from others is that it looks like exactly what we want. Penrose has submitted a scoping document to the government outlining plans for the world's biggest humanitarian or conflict-affected charity. On his involvement in government's deliberations, he added, I have spoken to DCMs and I've spoken to the various contracts. I've written my concept note completely independently of anyone else. My concept and my budget has been presented for special license now, in hope that what I am asking for will be allocated immediately so that I can set this thing up and get it going to such a level so the government is confident. So he's been given the task of proving to the government that this 2.5 billion will basically be given or passed on to them then be passed on to charitable reasons, good causes. That's a good thing. Where the issue lies is that the government wanted to freeze these funds in an escrow account. So it basically stays sitting until the sanctionings had been released. But my thing is this. Once Todd Boehlys is announced, what holds the government back from holding these sanctions? I mean, the Abramovich sanctions can maybe hold in regards to dealings with the UK. But in regards to Chelsea, in regards to funds in Chelsea, whether that money was being held by Chelsea Football Club once it's owned by Todd Boehlys, the government surely are not in a position to in any ways manipulate or deal with that money. That money is not in theory their money. You know, they just don't want Abramovich to earn from it. And this is why Mike Penrose has been brought in to basically document up and confirm and certify the government that even that by them holding these funds once completion has been given and approval by the government, that it will find its way to Ukraine and that Mr. Abramovich won't benefit from it. And that's the big thing. That's the real big element of this story. The only thing I really worry about is politics and communications around this when we can save lots of lives. The longer politics are played, the longer the suffering in Ukraine. He's right. He's looking at it from a Ukraine aspect. You know, he's looking for the sufferings of people that are struggling. And he really can see that this money will go for a good cause and will help the Ukrainian people. And that's what Ron Abramovich said he wants to do. But the government has to make sure that he hasn't seen any of it. And that's why they wanted to freeze it until the sanctions were dropped. Can't do that. They need the money now. And that's why they're putting heavy pressure on the government. The Premier League test was never expected to be a problem of the consortium, who provided advance assurance over Clearlake Capital, the investment firm who will hold a major stake in Boehlys' proposed ownership of Chelsea. But it is understood that Boehlys Group, which also includes Swiss billionaire Witz and Mark Walter, who along with Boehlys is a part owner of LA Dodgers, has not run into any problems with the Premier League. So basically, he's passed with flying colours. Like there's nothing that should really be delaying Todd Boehlys from doing what he needs to do. What's going on here? Sorry, guys, I've got people waiting outside. I can't shut the windows today because it's too hot as well. Big up to everyone that's in the chat already. Need over 140 of you guys here. Make sure you're smashing the like. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat at the moment. I will come back to your questions in a second. We're going to be doing player talks after this as well. Links of players to the football club. Do we want them? Do we not? Open up the lines as well. Give you guys the opportunity to get involved as always. Boehlys Group are not involved. We know all that anyway. Boehlys Group's not involved in discussions between Chelsea, Roman and the government over how the takeover will be structured to make certain that the none that we've already spoke about. They must now wait to see if the agreement is found between the parties that allows the takeover to go through. And apparently we're ahead of the expiry date, which is the 31st of May. Special licensing from the government expires on the 31st of May. These sanctions will be lifted off and, from what we understand, not be extended. They will not be extended through from this point onwards. Describing how the record-breaking donation of 2.0 will immediately benefit victims, Penrose said the focus will be helping Ukrainian people and says he has never had direct contact with Abramovich. Part and parcel of why Chelsea Football Club have brought on UNICEF Mike Penrose into this equation, so that they can show that the funds are being going to a good cause, but also being taken by someone that is very reputable and well known in the world, not just only in this country, but in the world. And that's why it makes sense why Chelsea would ask UNICEF director to get involved. You heard him say he wouldn't have got involved in this if it wasn't needed. And the fact that Abramovich has honoured this 2.5 billion makes a lot of sense as to why they're trying to move the money. While Bruce Buck wants to remain as chairman, at least for a transitional period, Grabowski's position as director has still not been decided. Grabowski will hold further talks with Boehlys over his future, whether or not she wants to stay. We're going to get to that a bit later. I have got that to go through. Boehlys met Thomas Tuchel for the first time last week, but the German claimed the pair will have further talks to discuss summer transfer and potential targets. Well, that would be imminent. I can never say the word. Imminently. Struggle that one. Doesn't come out properly. There you go, guys. So that's the article in the Telegraph and where we currently stand at the moment with Todd Boehlys. Big up to everyone that is in the chat as we speak at the moment. Over 175 of you guys here. Trying to make sure I haven't missed anything huge in the chat. It's official, Kennedy season. What's going on there? You guys are all mixing me up. 5 a.m. in California. Oh, that's long, bro. That is long. I'm trying to fly through this quickly. I know he's going to Arsenal's dead club. Hit the like button, guys. Over 175 of you guys here. Let's get this over 100 likes. How quick can we get this over 100 likes, guys? Nearly 200 of you guys here already. 22 minutes in. Big up to Dill CFC in the house as well. Rams is here as well. Big up to him as well. So there you go, guys. That's where we currently stand in regards to. That whole time was I not even showing you guys the article. Are you telling me that I didn't show you this the whole time? I was literally sitting here going through it and reading it to you. I thought I'd highlighted it. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Sitting there just listening to me talk. That was funny. Anyway, so there we go. Right, that's where we stand with Todd Boehlys. Like I keep saying to you guys, I do feel that it is an imminent announcement. I do feel that the club itself is preparing the statements. I do think the government has been forced into approving this special licensing and Todd Boehlys as the new owner of Chelsea now. I don't think they will be sitting on it, which a lot of people still feel that the government may do. Mike Penrose, the UNICEF director, is also putting pressure onto the government and asking them to get this done quicker so that he can move the 2.5 billion funds that the government wants to hold in an escrow to the Ukrainians, which is apparently desperately needed at the moment. So there's not a lot really that can stop this. And that's why I said to you guys yesterday, when the news broke about Roman Abramovich again doing this or doing that, or apparently it could potentially fall through, blah, 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 ignore it. If there is one thing that I've learned from this whole transfer saga, a whole scenario that we've got to this point, this is nothing against any of the media. I'm not trying to dig any certain tier journalist out and whatever else. It's not the point. They've all sort of gone their own ways in what they feel is the right answer. And for me, it wasn't about being spot on and actually, having the right sources to give us the most up-to-date scenario. Because to be honest, for me, I feel that there's been a lot of lack of uncertainty around or clarity around where we stand, who's in control, who's doing this and who's doing that. What it is all about for me, and this is why we'll big him up very quickly, is Ben Jacobs. Ben Jacobs, through this whole period of negotiations with the Chelsea new owners saga, hasn't come out and made big comments like what happened yesterday, which Mr. Mark Kleinman did from Sky Sports, talking about that this could all go, shit could hit the fan and things wouldn't happen. What he did, which was very good, is he kind of broke down the meanings of where he feels we currently are at and explained the scenarios into detail. Something that we lacked so much of, the uncertainty and clarity of what these certain parts mean. Let's be serious. A lot of us weren't very sure on what certain elements of the whole progressions of the new owners were. He done very well doing that. He also brought us up to date with the truth of where things stood, even when the media had brought out maybe the complete opposite. And he had been very good through through this period of the negotiations of Chelsea Football Club. Whether it's down to the people that he knows, apparently he has a link to Rain Group. He has someone that he knows within working for Rain Group. If he does, that's a big thing, because as we know, Rain Group were massively involved in this complete whole dealings of this scenario. And may I say, also taking a very big cut. So yeah, big up to Ben Jacobs. I feel like Matt Law has done quite a good job in himself as well. When you think about this whole saga and how it went, he also announced that he felt Todd Boehlys was pretty much the guy moving forward in all of this, that he felt was going to get on with it. And Nizar Kinsella here and there. So, James Robson here and there as well has not been too bad. Sources close to the Todd Boehlys-led takeover have said they are on track for the 31st. We already know this. There is a belief that the UK government are making a late attempt to get more control over the distribution of the proceeds. Now, what he meant by that is what we spoke about when I went through the article about Mr. Mike Primrose. The government wanting to hold the 2.5 billion in their escrow account because they were unsure of where and how it was going to go. They may have felt that it may find its way to Roman Abramovich through different means. UNICEF owner had been brought in to confirm that he was pretty much taking control of this scenario to help fund this money across to the Ukrainians. And that's why he's involved in this heavily. That's why he's involved in this very, very, very heavily as well. Big up to everyone in the chat. Over 220 of you guys here. Make sure we smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button if you're new to GNA TV and subscribe. Player transfer talks will be coming up next. We'll be going through players that have been linked to this football clubs as of recent as well. So make sure you stay tuned. But please help us get this to 100 likes. Got 63. Thank you very much for doing so. But please, that little thumb, see that little thumb there? Hit it. Also, subscribe. Subscribe if you're new. We are an everyday growing community. Transfer markets coming soon, which means GNA TV will be reporting on everything transfer in regards to Chelsea Football Club. So please make sure that you are. Please make sure that you stay with us, because it's something we do on a daily basis as well. Talking about that, the one other thing which is quite interesting, which I'm going to share with you guys, has been deleted supposedly off Twitter as well, is this comment which was scheduled by Trivago. Trivago, as you know, is Chelsea Football Club's sponsoring. They've come out saying, "Welcome to Chelsea family, Todd Boehlys." That tells me again, and this is what I'm saying to you guys, government approval, OD test from Premier League, these things are already done. Where we are right now is club statement. Where we are now is when will they announce this club statement? I am telling you that I believe it's being set up for the Watford game, whether it's just before, just after, or before the game, or around the game. I think that could happen then. If the government has approved it and things in the background have been happening, i.e. removal of the special licensing, maybe we're in a position now where Todd Boehlys sitting with the likes of Thomas Tuchel, Marina Graverskaya, etc., talking about summer targets. Because let's be serious, we need to have a big summer window. This football club needs to have a good summer window. Trivago came out with this comment, and it has been deleted now. It has been, from what I understand, it's been deleted. I'm going to refresh it quickly. Is it gone? Yeah, it's gone. See? There you go. So, well, let's show you guys right there. They basically scheduled that comment to come out probably tomorrow, next day, whatever. They've scheduled it at the wrong time. And lucky enough, I still had it up on my computer. So you guys got to see the Trivago sponsoring comment, inviting Todd Boehlys or welcoming Todd Boehlys into the football club as well. So there you go. There you go, guys. There you go. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you. Yeah, make sure we are also checking out the Discord as well. Big up to Ben Jacobs as coming you boosted there. There it is, guys. Over 230 of you guys here. That is the link to the Discord community of the GNA TV community. Right there. It's on Discord. If you haven't downloaded the app, download the app. You go straight into the community. Everyone that you're seeing in this chat now is over there. All the news that we talk about, everything that we speak on here, all the streams that will be coming on throughout, throughout the weeks, it's all uploaded on there. Go and follow that link there. Go and click into that link. Go and join the GNA TV community. We are growing heavily massive as we do. Massive Chelsea stream here as well. So big up to everyone. We also do Prem shows as well. So if you're not a Chelsea fan, please still subscribe and like as well. Should we get into... I need to get another 30 likes though, guys. 230 of you here, but we haven't got 100 likes. So if you haven't hit that thumb, please hit that thumb now. Let's do that. We're going to go into one more thing. One more thing before we go into transfer talk. And this is the comment from Simon Phillips. Now, one of the things that's still up in the air is Marina Graverskaya. And it basically says that Marina Graverskaya will hold further talks with Todd Boehlys over her future and whether or not she stays on either the short term or the long term in her position in charge of transfers and contracts. Now, let me tell you something now, guys, and this I'll tell you for free. When Todd Boehlys is announced, whether or not he has an idea, on a new director of football or not, that kind of thing is not going to happen right this second. We are in a position as a football club where we need to start making decisions. We need to start sorting out contracts with players. We need to sort out our summer targets, and we need to bring certainty to our manager, Thomas Tuchel. Because Thomas Tuchel at the moment is probably sitting there and asking himself or waiting for answers of how much he'll be backed, who he can go after, etc., etc. What sort of funds and money will they have to play with? Marina Graverskaya has to be here in the short term. We can't get what we need done as close as the window is. I'm talking about June the 8th is when the transfer window opens. We cannot kick forward and get things sorted if we don't have a director of football in place. We will be expecting Marina Graverskaya as we speak, whilst the announcement is still being sorted out, to be having talks with Todd Boehlys and Thomas Tuchel and the recruitment, which, all right, we don't fucking trust as far as we can throw the recruitment team, and organising what is either contracts for players to stay or what are their summer targets and going. She has to get on with the negotiating. She hasn't got any time. And this is why I'm saying when Simon Phillips come out and says this from Telefootball, which we read about earlier on, either or, if it's short term, meaning after the summer window, so once the summer window's sorted, or say Chelsea have finished their dealings, is probably the best way to say. Once Chelsea have concluded of their dealings for this summer window, then maybe you see her leave with a new director of football come in. Why? Because at that period, the stone set, the book set, you understand who's at your club, you understand what wages are being paid what, and you have the structure of your players and your system. At that point, she's not really needed. You know, you could probably lose her at that point, bring in a new director of football, allow them to get to bed in whilst we're playing through the season. As we already know, we can't sign players all the way through seasons anyway. Potentially get to January. Would Chelsea sign a player or not? Probably, maybe, don't know, etc. That'll be down to his decision. So, the short-term meaning is Marina's still here through the summer, meaning we need to get shit done. The long-term image is she commits to this football club as the director. Now Roman's gone and is willing to adapt herself. And this is the biggest question mark with Marina. Is she willing to adapt herself to how the new owner works? Is she going to do that? Because the one thing we would say with Marina, and we've already seen it under the Roman era, is that she's been very penny picky. She's very, she leaves negotiations late. She does like doing things in the dark. She doesn't like people knowing where we're at, talking about media and whatever. That's not a problem to me. But it's the whole speed which worries me, the speed of getting things done. We do seem to have at the moment a lack of urgency from herself, from the recruitment. Now, if she's going to stay and Todd Boehly's in there, one of the first things that I feel that she needs to adapt to is how Todd Boehly wants to work in this summer window. And if he sits there and says, look, Thomas Tuchel, we've had conversations, he wants 4 to 5 players in this summer window. He's given me a list of the ones that he feels we need to get. Can you go and have a word with their agents and see where they're at? But at the same time, you need to find homes for Alonso, Azpilicueta, Ross Barkley, Christensen, Rudiger already gone. You know, whoever you think will get rid of, Emerson, whatever. You need to find homes for these as well and get them off the books. She has got a big fucking window to deal with. There is a lot of things that she is going to have to deal with in such a short space of time. And this is what I'm saying to you guys. Short term, she could be here to get the ball rolling because we need her at this point. But in the long run, maybe she isn't the right person. Maybe she won't adapt herself to what Todd Boehly wants to do. Todd Boehly might want a 3-year picture. Maybe we have to give Chelsea Football Club a bigger avenue to work out negotiations, because trying to get this all done in one summer window is not going to happen. It's not going to happen at this football club. So this is why I'm saying there's a lot of things that we are very unsure on. And Marina Graverskaya, whether it's short-term or long-term, has to be involved. And I know a lot of you guys don't trust her. I don't feel that she's doing a good thing. And I get that. I do understand it. But she's going to have to adapt to what Boehly wants. And that's the big thing for me. Adapting to what Boehly, Tuchel, and want to in terms of transfers and how to deal with it and how to negotiate and how aggressive to be. He might stick a rocket up her bum and be like, listen, get out there. I expect this, and this done. You have to change the way you're doing it. I'm not saying he's going to be rude to her, but, you know, in a nicer way. We need to be, you know, it's a matter of urgency. We're up against it. You need to get your, you know, finger at your bum and you need to get things done. That could have been the conversation. So she won't have that sort of laid back, penny pinching, wait to the last minute moment. She's going to have to operate quick, short term and long term. She ain't going anywhere. Unless she actually goes, do you know what? I'm going right away and goes, like, I'm not interested, which I think she would have done a lot sooner. I don't think she's going anywhere. Not yet, because we haven't got a new director. We haven't got someone set up. How quick do these things happen? I don't know. How quick can we get a new director of football in? That's the biggest question mark. At least we've made 2 finals when Arsenal made. Are we all still arguing with Arsenal fans? And big up to Jade, the boy in the house as well. I want to say thank you to everyone in the chat. Over 285 of you guys here, 40 minutes in. Smash the like button. Subscribe to that Discord channel. Let's get this over 100 likes, guys. We are at currently 86 likes. We're 14 away from that. We're going to open them lines as well. But before doing that, we're going to get away from Todd Boehly. We're going to get away from Marina Graverskaya. We're going to get away from anything to do with new owners. And we are now going to jump in about a little stuff that we can start talking about now. Stuff that we've not been able to talk about because of the uncertainty around who's taking over. But now that certainty is becoming clear, now that club statement is probably being created, it's just when it's going to be announced. But the second big thing is this, sorting players out. Now, Fabrizio Romano's came out and he's commented saying, Barcelona are working on both Cesar Azpilicueta and Marcos Alonso. No doubts on Alonso. He's set to leave. Hallelujah! 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 Sorry. My God, that feels good. That felt good. And do you know what? Marcos Alonso, I want to say this to you once, mate. Thank you very much for your support, for your hard work, for everything that you've given to this football club. Thank you for having such a successful season with Conte, winning us leagues and whatever else. Thank you very much. He was very good in that season. But you have been at this football club too long, my friend. And Chelsea Football Club, and when I talk about it, finding standards, where is our standards? People like Marcos Alonso have to leave Chelsea. This is not Chelsea Football Club standards. And yes, he might be good backup. I get that. Some people say, yeah, but at least he could just sit on the bench and come on the cup. No. We either do one or two things now. We let Alonso go and we buy replacement backups, or or which we're going to do anyway, or we look at the youth academy and we bring it in there. I don't think people are fully logging in their heads how much work we have to do in this summer window. We need wing backs, we need a DM, we need centre backs, we need forwards, because potentially, let's be serious, we could have forwards leaving this football club. All right, thank you, Matty, for that one. That's good. I wanted to look at that as well. So, there's a lot of things that Chelsea Football Club have to do. This is what I'm saying. Is it possible to do in one window? I'm not too sure. We're going to talk about Koulibaly, Koundé, all of these players soon as an option to Chelsea Football Club as well. I've been waiting so long for this day. Finally, he's gone. Matt, tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. Keep adding, guys. Keep following that Discord community as well. Over 300 of you guys here, 45 minutes in. Big up to every single one. Robert Lewandowski is someone we're going to talk about soon. Let's stay on Alonso quickly. He leaves, which tells me we are replacing. Or you keep Emerson and you're going to give him a contract. I feel Emerson wants to leave Chelsea. I can see him going to Juventus and whatever else. I think we're going to probably buy. If we don't buy, because we don't favour that wing-back area as an important area, we know Chilwell's coming back in, but to what level is Chilwell going to come back in? That's the question mark. We are going to need backup. So whether we keep Emerson on as a stopgap for one more season to back up Chilwell, may happen. Didn't have a bad season, did he, over at Lyon? Let's see. No doubts on that. So Alonso is confirmed to leave. He's set to leave Chelsea but Barca deal depends on his final price. Now, he's leaving Chelsea. It's just whether or not he's going to agree to go to Barcelona. Or if Barcelona are going to offer him what he needs. Barca, take him. I'm happy. Azpilicueta has a 2-year deal bid on the table from Barca, waiting for a meeting with Chelsea to decide his future. Again, I'm going to say this very nicely. Azpilicueta is a legend of Chelsea Football Club. There is no two ways about it. What this guy has done for this football club and what I have seen him do, there's not been many right-backs in the world, in the Premier League, that have been able to compete with the level of what Azpilicueta has done on a consistent basis. This guy has balled out. He is a baller. But he, unfortunately, and I'm not saying it's as heavy as the Ivanovic decline, has to move on. We need to see Azpilicueta go. And when you look at the last couple of games and you look at how he's performed, even in the right centre-back area, which we deem as one of his most, best areas or positions. What's going on here? 2 seconds, guys. There we go. He's struggling to keep up in. And we can't have that. We need to improve. But he missed a penalty in the final, Jeremy. Don't do this, Jake. Don't do this, bro. Azpilicueta is a legend of Chelsea. He is. Do not do this. Alonso's a cult hero. I don't know. Alonso is a player that was within a period where we won many things. I would look at him as a cult hero. I'll just look at him as someone here at the right time. Perisic is going to stay with Inter. Why? Is there news coming out on that? Thought Chelsea pretty much. Let's have a look. Perisic. Okay, interesting. More news. But anyway, as it stands, Alonso and Azpilicueta are leaving Chelsea Football Club. It is what it is. We move. Guys, over 300 of you guys here. Make sure you smash that like button now. Let's get this over 100 likes. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. This is GNA TV. I know there's a lot of people in here that have not seen this channel before, but we do a lot of Chelsea streams, match reactions, player ratings, transfer breakdowns, daily basis for you guys as well. Don't miss out on anything. And on top of that, you get to talk in the chat. You have chat options, super chats. When I get your questions into me via super chat, I can answer them that way. Click on it as well. There's a super thanks option as well. Super stickers, everything, man. There's everything there. And on top of that, go and follow the Discord channel. Go and follow the Discord group of the GNA TV community as well. Big up to every single one of you. So there you go. We spoke about the likes of Alonso and Azpilicueta leaving. We are going to need to replace them. But now I want to revert onto someone that has been linked to leaving. Robert Lewandowski is looking to leave Bayern Munich. Despite the PSG and Chelsea interest since last summer, Robert Lewandowski's priority is only Barcelona as it stands. His agent Zahavi is giving priority to Barca too. Free deal already on the table, but still waiting for the clubs to discuss. So, is there any way of Chelsea Football Club being even involved in a deal like Lewandowski? Potentially. But how? And the only way how of getting Robert Lewandowski is by getting rid of Romelu Lukaku. It's getting rid of Romelu Lukaku. It's allowing Bayern Munich to take on him if they do. If they don't, that's the only way in hell I see someone as like Robert Lewandowski coming. Would I love him at Chelsea? I don't know if I'm at a point where I look at Chelsea and the amount of number 9s that we've seen at this football club. I don't know whether I'm at a point where we should start looking at what Liverpool maybe do and having inside forwards. Because when I look at Tuchel's style of play, the system that he likes to play, I can't really remember him having, even at PSG and Dortmund, having that out-and-out number 9. When I look at it, I feel we need inside forwards that can contribute and score goals. But there has to be chemistry. And the issue that we've got at the moment with the Chelsea forward line is the lack of chemistry. There are too many players that are north, south, east, and west. None of them are connected in any way. And this is why Thomas Tuchel is forever shuffling. It's a nightmare. Big up to Sumis YT. What do you think of Newcastle's Callum Wilson? Callum Wilson's had a good season. Done very well. Not for Chelsea, though, if that's what you're asking. ASM, I think, is very hot and cold. Definitely not a Chelsea player. Bruno Guimaraes is a very good player. Very good player, actually. There's not much to say of him. He would fit Chelsea quite neatly, I think. But in terms of Romelu, they gave Tuchel the wrong RL9. That is true as well. Big up to David Shoringwa in the house as well. My guy David is in the building as well. He's saying swap deal. That is literally it, David. If we do not switch Lukaku, if we don't get Lukaku out of this, people like Lewandowski ain't coming. Would I take Lewandowski for a switch for Lukaku? Of course I would. People go, yeah, but his age. 35 goals in 34 games. Robert Lewandowski. He is the highest goal scorer across Europe right now. And he is one of the hottest strikers in world football and has been for a number of years. They gave us the wrong RNL. I think he will. No. No is my answer to that. I do not want Neymar at Chelsea. I know there's a lot of Chelsea fans in this chat now going, but why, Jim? Neymar is sick. He's got the techers. He would give us that individual brilliance. I think he would struggle with this Premier League. I genuinely think Neymar would struggle in this league. Just because of the physicality. The guy would be the most foul guy in the Prem. Right, what's Vince saying? So let's go to the Perisic news because we're now reading that apparently his contract will end in the summer at Inter Milan and could be Juventus' new signing for next season. There was loads of talks around Chelsea pretty much being confirmed to Perisic. Him coming in is not a bad thing. Perisic offers you experience. Perisic offers you quality. But is it a certainty? I don't think it is from what we're reading. He would definitely be squad depth. It would definitely make sense as to why we're letting people like Alonso go. Because bringing in someone like Perisic would give you that backup. A natural wing back is what he is as well. A very natural wing back. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see with the Perisic one. It's a bit weird. Again, I wouldn't be too disappointed if it happens. If it didn't happen, I'd be shocked at the same time. Romelu Lukaku is just one of them players as he... Oh, right. Not Romelu Lukaku. You're talking about Lewandowski. Yeah. I agree, Liam. I agree with that. Nagelsmann wants to reunite with Werner. Well, listen, if Bayern want Werner, we'll give him Werner. You give us Robert Lewandowski. There we go. You cool? Good deal? Swap tomorrow? We can make it happen. We're going to get to this one in a second. Definitely going to get to this one in a second. Nathaniel, bro. I don't know how much more I've got to keep explaining this to you. Romelu Lukaku, from what I've seen, does not fit our system, bro. It's not that he's a shit player. He does not suit our system. He doesn't work hard enough. He doesn't know how to create for himself. And he doesn't really, for me, really look like he wants to be here. Tuchel doesn't want to adapt the system to him, which means he is pretty much utterly useless right now to us. Like, that is it. There's not much more to say. Because Robert Lewandowski's elite striker, world class, and Romelu Lukaku's nowhere near that. 35 goals in 34 games. Does it every season without no fail, whether it's Champions League, Bundesliga. There you go. That's a good deal. Even the swap deals. Yeah, we'll just keep Lukaku and get Lewandowski, even just give him Werner. I'll give him Lukaku and get Lewandowski. Cool. We cool with that? We're going to get to Dybala next. Dybala is the next individual that we're going to come to after this one, actually. Now, we already know that Chelsea are working hard to get defenders. And one of the defenders that has come up out of the woodwork as of recent is Koulibaly. So, as we stand with Koulibaly, the agent of Koulibaly is advocating his clients to several potential parties, including Chelsea. Now, with several parties, you're going to probably think that there's people like Barcelona, Real Madrid, I don't know, Man City, Arsenal, Tottenham, maybe. I don't know. Chelsea are one of them. Can Chelsea get this done? Yes. Do I feel that Chelsea will target a player like Koulibaly a lot more seriously than other clubs? Yes. Why? We already know. Christensen's left. Rudiger's left. We need defenders. We have been forced into having to make these signings. And we already know that the crown Jules Koundé is going to be hopefully making his announcement to Chelsea Football Club very soon. That's what I'm waiting for. One of the first 1-2 signings I'm hoping gets done. But we do need experience. The one thing that Chelsea lack in this team right now is experienced players with mentality. It's all good and well having all these young players, people. But then you need to understand that your expectations of winning a Premier League are not going to happen. You can't have all of these players, young players, and expect to just challenge like that. It's not how football works. To have a balance of mature, experienced players with new players that are coming in is for me one of the biggest things that needs to be done at this football club. And someone like Koulibaly going on the age of 31 for 30 million. Potentially, on a decent wage. The wage is the biggest factor with Koulibaly for me. He may be looking at the next big sort of thing for him, who pays him the most. But we'll have to see what happens. Musa, I've wanted Koundé for about 3 seasons. I wanted Koundé before he's even linked to Chelsea. I was on the football terrace and they asked me, who do I want at Chelsea? And I said, I'd like to see Jules Koundé. And this is when Upamecano was over there. When Upamecano was at his old place, Leipzig. This is where Kanai was at, was it Leipzig as well? Koundé, Varane, all these guys are being spoken about. I said I wanted Koundé time ago. Chelsea's replacement for Lukaku is more Mario Icardi, according to Byline. Yeah, all right. That is not happening. That is not happening. Yeah, Koulibaly's a good one. Koulibaly's a good one. Good one. So we'll see with Koulibaly. That could happen. That could definitely happen as well. Right, we've got one more tweet to go through, and then we're going to open up the lines and get you guys involved. Are we over 100 likes, though, guys? Are we over 100 likes is what I was going to ask you. Where's it gone? Oh, yeah, we're going to start. That's it. I was looking for it. I was like, where's it gone, man? Dybala. Now, we know Dybala is leaving Juventus. There's been talks of him potentially staying in Italy, talks of him going somewhere else. I think Thomas Tuchel can fix the glaring problem by signing Dybala. Below, I take a look at his stats over the season compared to the current Chelsea attackers. And then Vince says, my problem with Dybala is he's more like a luxury player. He doesn't work that too much. He means it will need to surround him with runners and heavy pressers, including the striker with Lukaku. That won't work. A counter press is very important style. Let's have a look at these. Oh no, it's I can't bother to read all that. It's a statement, but he may have better stats than these are Chelsea attackers. I don't think it's very hard to do that. I think probably the lowest of teams probably have better stats than Chelsea's forwards currently at the moment. They all pretty much stink. What we need to do now with Thomas Tuchel is pick out the right profile players. Do I feel that Dybala is the right profile player for Tuchel? No, but if Tuchel wants him and says, yes, he fits, cool, I'm down with it. I'm not sold on him. I think he will not go Chelsea. I think he will probably stay either in Italy or he will probably go across to Spain. I think personally. I don't know. It's an interesting one with Dybala because yes, his stats are good, but he's another player that, like we said there, he's a luxury player. He won't press. Will he work in the system? Will we benefit from having him in the team? I'm not too sure. We know he can shoot outside the box. We know his left foot's a beauty. And we know he can create. I'm just not fully sold on him. Yes, Nkunku and Dembele are two players that I've wanted for a while now. In terms of Dybala, I have to see what happens. There was a comment I was trying to find from Vince. He was talking about a little while ago. I can't find it now. Can't find it. I mean, I like Nkunku. I'm not going to lie. I would not mind having Nkunku at Chelsea. I think he's a player that would bring a lot of ability, scores goals, output, and he would suit the way that we play. It would suit the way we play as well. Guys, the link is in the chat. Make sure you're smashing the like button. Let's hear what you guys have got to say. I was looking for one more thing, but I can't find it. So I will let you guys come in, have your say for the next 45 minutes or so. It's been nearly an hour on the chat. Make sure you're smashing the like button. Those guys subscribe as well. Let's subscribe to the channel if you're new. Link is in the chat. And Nkunku is at one for me. I would have him all day. Rafinha, again, someone that I've liked for a very long time. Would he suit Chelsea? Yes. The only thing with Rafinha is goals. Would we get enough goals out of him? I think he's the perfect player to create chances. It's just whether or not he can score as many goals. That's the only thing, you know. Nathaniel, what are you saying?
Yo, hold on. Up the Chelsea. What's it called? I'm Papa Chelsea. And let me tell you something. I still haven't got over the FA Cup. I still haven't got over it. I'm still hurt. After Mason Mount, after Mason Mount missed that. Yeah, Mason Mount's trash, but
he's not trash though, is he? Don't do that.
No, he's trash.
No, don't do
because
that.
Because how the heck?
I don't care.
Mendy,
player agendas.
Mendy made that save.
Hey man, I thought Nathaniel was banned, to be honest.
It's not even, let me finish.
Ban Nathaniel.
Let me finish. Mendy.
Hey, don't talk about Chelsea. Tell us about Arsenal's loss this morning.
Match-winning save, and then Mount. He didn't even try. It's like he wanted to miss.
Hey, Nathaniel. I have a question. Hold on, Declared. Hold on. So
we meant to say Mendy.
So Declared, one second. So Nathaniel. So Mount missed the penalty, right? So any top class player that misses a penalty is now trash, right?
No, I'm talking about Carabao Cup. Look at the Carabao Cup. He missed 3-1v1 sitters. He's a stat padder. He's like Bruno. He's like, well, man.
Just shut up. Stop being stupid.
Shut up. Don't be stupid.
And Nathaniel, tell us about Arsenal this morning.
So you guys hate on Lukaku. You guys hate on Lukaku.
Like a real club.
You guys hate on Lukaku, but when it's Mount, don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Nathaniel, I'm talking about.
Is that why you're doing it, Nathaniel?
Both stop for a second. I'm talking about transfers, and you're talking about fucking Mason Mount. I'm not here to talk about fucking your stinky, boring, kiddish player agendas right now. I'm talking about transfer signings and Todd Boehlys. So stop talking about. This is not the show to do it on, please. Otherwise, people will chuck you out. You know, I don't want people to do that. You know, especially Fatos in the chat.
And they put the viewers off. The viewers will complain to Jem saying, "Why is Nathaniel saying this, and that when it's off topic?"
It's just stay on topic, isn't it? Jake, you look comfortable, man.
Why is Nathaniel
saying cool
when it's off topic?
It's just stay on topic, isn't it?
Who's got the thing on?
1 second. Someone's got feedback. I can't hear.
Yeah,
it.
that was me. That's my bad. I just realized. I thought everyone was talking at the same time for a second. My
That's
bad.
cool.
Yeah, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, so good shit running through the player news. I got my own player chart and shit.
Go on, tell us.
Regarding left back, like obviously we're gonna need. I have a lot of faith in Chilwell to return. Obviously, it's not gonna happen with a snap of the fingers. It's gonna take some time, but I wasn't too fond of him at first. Cucurella is a really good option in my opinion, and I just don't want Perisic. I love what he would bring to the table. Experience. He's up and down that. Despite his age, he's really still got it in his legs. Like he's not Aspilicueta. But if we were to go for Perisic, that means we're staying with the wingbacks. And personally, I'm not trying to make this a system thing. Obviously, we're talking about players here. We need to go to we're on the brink of such a big overhaul right now. This is the perfect opportune time to really switch the system. And I know we didn't have the personnel to do it, but we're going through an overhaul, and we'll hopefully have different personnel to adapt to a different system. So I think going to a back four is the move, and that's why I don't want Perisic. If anything, I'd prefer Cucurella. By the way, keep in mind, Ben Chilwell wasn't a left wing back the whole time. He had to come here, quote unquote, learn the wing back. He wasn't. He was a left back at Leicester, so it's we're already playing so many more people than not are playing out of position. I don't want to hear it. So, Cucurella, I want to recall Broha. I think Dembele would be a good signing. I think one thing we got to realize though is we got to take advantage of our eights, right? So Mason Mount, I think he's an 8/10. But on top of that, Gallagher's arguably an 8. Kovacic is an 8. Conte's an 8. And we're going to play these guys as 6s in a double pivot. Are you kidding me? We got to get rid of the double pivot. We got to take advantage of all the 8s we have.
That's what I'm saying. Tuchel's stubborn, man. Tuchel's stubborn guy.
They do that a lot at top clubs. They tend to shift players from 8s to 6s and stuff.
Why, though? That's just
Tuchel's stubborn.
I know,
Tuchel's stubborn, man.
annoying.
Oh, it's Tuchel's fault now, is it? Okay, cool.
No, he's stubborn. Look at Chalobah. Wait.
Fucking my cup of shit.
Nathaniel, I wish you were a little bit stubborn, Nathaniel. At least you can pick a club, man. He's stuck between us.
I'm going to ask Jem, isn't he meant to be banned till the last year?
Yeah.
What are you on about? No, Christensen, listen. Tuchel's so stubborn, he's going to play Christensen ahead of Chalobah in the FA Cup final.
Hold on.
How dumb are you?
So what happened with Christensen, Nathaniel?
Look, Christensen wasn't available. What are you talking about?
No, he was going to start him and then Christensen pulled out. Look at what's Pies.
Yeah, Christensen pulled out.
How do you know this, Nathaniel?
You come on and drop a Mount agenda, now you're bashing Christensen.
Let me get this straight, Nathaniel.
Take him off, man.
Just so everyone knows, Nathaniel's not serious, yeah, you guys.
That's the problem. We have too
I'm
many
serious.
people.
Tuchel's stubborn. Tuchel doesn't like the system.
Hold on.
Or kick him backstage and then
keep
bring him
acting
on
up, bro.
after.
I'll actually ban you, bro.
Anyway, let's go back to Declared. Declared, what are you saying, mate? Come on.
Let's see. I was going to ask Jake something. He was actually touching on system change, and then cater to personnel. I think this is, with such a major overhaul, this is the perfect time to get to play what Tuchel wants to play. And if it's the same system we're playing now, we're going to play the same system and get the players. If he wants to play 4 in the back, if he wants to play a variation of what we're doing now, then we get those players. But we are bringing, and people don't like it because people see it as like a crisis thing. But we're about to lose easily 4 players, and then we need some attackers too. There's going to be some players that are not happy with their game time. So you could see at least 6+ players out of this club this season. And you're talking about, another 6 coming in, or probably more. So, I don't want to see Perisic, to be honest. Or if he's a backup. I don't want to see these older players. I just want to see some younger players, some hungry attackers, and something that's going to be suited with the rest of the team. And as they learn, and with some patience to learn the system that Tuchel wants to play. And then once these players start to hit their peak, then we're going to be at a really good position. And probably that's when Liverpool's... Shut up, man. That's what Man City and Liverpool are going to be on the slight decline then, and that's when we can come up. And that's exactly the process they done. They built a team, It took seasons to get there, and now everyone's trying to catch up. And then people can think we can just do it in a transfer window where we just buy players, get Lewandowski in that. The reason I don't want Lewandowski because he's done it. He's done it all. He can come here and not have to prove himself, right? Just like a lot of strikers have come here and don't have a care in the world, some of them, and just cruise it on a good wage and then just, we'll leave. There's so many strikers that have done it. I want a striker that's going to come in that is hungry to take the next step.
Can you tell me how we go from Zola?
Hey, Nathaniel, if you're going to talk, I just want to hear you sing that new Arsenal song, or don't talk at all, man.
Wait, real quick, Declared, you touched upon Lewandowski. Striker is the last of our problems. Like, Jem, you talked about Lewandowski, like, when you're running through the tweets. If anything, in my opinion, and I'm not even saying this because I'd want to see us get Kane, and I know that's impossible. Doing business with Spurs is never going to happen. I think the impossible swap for Lukaku and Kane is more likely than us swapping Lukaku for Lewandowski, in my opinion. There's no way
it's not just a striker, Jay. It's converters, what I mean.
We have Lukaku, we have Havertz, and we're potentially recalling Broja. Where's the room for Lewandowski? There's no room. Secondly, just regarding changes, I just ran through like, I want to see some 8s. I want to see like blah, blah, blah come in. I counted there's up to like 10. There's 10 to 13 changes that need to happen. That's not going to happen in one window. But that's how much change needs to happen in the squad. So,
what I was going to say was, so in terms of attackers, Lukaku has to go, right? And this is not even has to go. Lukaku might want to go. I'm pretty sure with everything that's happened that he might even push for the move. Ziyech he's going to push for a move. I feel, right? There's a good chance he does, and Werner as well. The players that we actually want out, right, are going to actually probably push for a move themselves. And that creates massive problems, whether they leave or not, whether they make it happen. But they're going to put in the transfer request. They're not getting the game time. They're not playing. Werner and Lukaku came out and said that, they don't suit the system themselves. So all three of them have a good chance in their peak age, right, to ask to request a move. Mm. And it's not about just strikers. I mean, the biggest problem we've had that we're carrying season from season is players that can convert. Whether they're strikers, whether they're inside forward, whether they're wingers that we're going to convert them. We need finishers in this game, in this team. Yeah. And we're going to have a whole new defense. So we're basically creating a whole new team that's going to take some time. And this is a perfect opportunity.
I'm getting plastic for not liking Mason Mount, which is stupid now. So you guys hate on Lukaku, yeah?
Don't bring your agendas, bro. We came here to talk about transfers and the future, and you just came here, Charlotte. You want to talk about the FA Cup, and that's it. So be quiet, Nathaniel.
You're so angry at Mason Mount because you missed the penalty. That's it. Like, just shut up. Like, you don't miss penalties.
Nathaniel, I'm actually about to ban you, bro.
Nathaniel, grow up, bro. Grow up.
You missed the boat, Nathaniel. What am I tell you? Everyone had that conversation ages ago.
Okay, you guys are right. I can't have an opinion.
All right, who's next?
No, you guys are right. I can't have an opinion.
You can't have an opinion, but not a gender, man.
I'll tell you what you do, yeah? Instead of an opinion, you deflect from your own problems. And when people compare Lukaku, you throw Mount in the equation. This is two different fucking positions. You always have to deflect. And that's what I said the other day. And we have a serious player agenda going across Twitter where the players apparently are more important than this football club. Because all we want to do is slate the players that we don't like. And it's fucking weird. Like, it's really getting weird.
Nathaniel's putting on for all those deluded agendas.
It's just getting weird. We're talking about the club and how we move forward and who's going to come in, who's going to be in and whatever. And you're talking about Mason Mount. Like, let's just talk about Collins. Go, mate. Go on.
Well, I just want to finish up, Jim. I just want to mention big factor of some people aren't taking or are unaware of the fact that when you get a new owner in terms of FFP, they're allowed to invest more money into the club. That's one of the rules of FFP, and one of the allowance. So Todd Boehlys can come in and the consortium can pump more money in, so we can have a bigger spending window for the next 2 seasons, right? And FFP let that pass, right? More than any other club. That's a rule for any new owners. So that's going to go straight into the transfers, 100%. And we can probably see a massive, almost video game-like manager type season where we're going to just see player after player come in. It's going to be crazy because there was a lot of transfers that were unfinished from last season that we didn't conclude. because you got to remember we were in for a defender and a wing back that never happened, right, for those positions. So there was a lot of players lined up, and I think that's why it was a really quiet season, but it was probably one of the busiest because I think they attempted to get a lot of players. So they're just going to continue a lot of those transfer targets, and I think it's going to be crazy and exciting. So I can't wait for that.
Yeah, go on, Collins, go, mate.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Please, I want to say something because when everybody's talking, nobody's talking. Because sometimes after this program, I used to watch it back, and when you watch it back, you can't even understand anything because everybody's talking. So I like when somebody's talking, at least the rest will just stay silent and listen to that person. If that person finish talking, then you can make your own contribution. Then what I'm talking about here, everybody talking about, we're talking about transfer.
Exactly.
Some people are still talking about the FA Cup. For me, we lost the game. And when it comes to penalty, it's all about a game of anybody can lose. So, and the team played well. So I'm not angry about that. So it's all about penalty. So when we're talking, let's talk about the transfer. For me, we don't have much thing to do because when you look at the Chelsea team, we don't need too much thing because the guys on the loan, they are performing very well. So if you are bringing Kanagalaga back, you are bringing Broja back, Begemo is going to come back. Then people like Iemas is going to come back. If Alonso is leaving, so you can have Iemas who is playing very well. Then Dejan Saran is playing very well. So you can also bring him in. So when you give that, and the next season is going to be 5 sub, which 5 sub is going to give a lot of people much game to play because this 3 sub is not giving much people game to play. So when you have 5 sub, people are going to have opportunity to play. For me, if Alonso leave Chelsea, you don't need to go and buy somebody where you have Iemas who is very good. So he can come in when Jewel is no longer there. He can come in and step in, do the whole thing. Then in the other side, if James is not playing, you can bring Sterling. He can come in and play for James. So all you just need to do is sign 2 defender. Can maybe one. You only need one, or one is okay because the guy in Huddersfield is playing very well. If you want people, because last season, if people like Gehu can be able to stay, if you refuse to sell Gehu last season, by now he could have been a good defender. And which the other guy now, this guy now, which is the guy that is playing in Huddersfield, he's playing very well. Just give me a run of game. I believe he can play very well. Like the other guy is talking about, we don't need to win trophy now. People are talking about Man City is there. They just bought Erling Haaland. So you're not going to win that Premiership. Liverpool is going to maybe sign 1 or 2. They are going to win maybe. So I believe Salah is 30 years now. Man is 30 years. Van Dijk is 31. So when you look at all these guys, they are coming to their age. So when you have people like Mounts, you have people like Havertz, you have people like Pulisic, James, Gallagher, all these guys, they are coming to their prime age. So at that time, like 24, 25, they will see them challenging for the team. That's why I like Man City, why I like that team very well. They know how to buy players. They don't go and buy 28 or 30 years old player. They buy from 22, 23. So they will, for that 22, 23, they will say Man City 22, 23, 25. They will become the kind of player they want them to be. All we just need to buy is only one. Buy the midfielder like Tromino will buy Declan Rice. Anyone is available. I can take 2 of them. Anyone. I don't need 2 of them because if you buy 2 of them, there is no need. Just buy 1 because Gallagher is coming back. So you don't need to buy 2. Just buy 1. Kovacic is there. Maybe Giorgio can move in. You leave Kante. So if you come to the back, Jeskunde is okay for us to get. Then if Lukaku wishes to go, he can go. Broja can come in because Broja is coming in because Havertz is going to play more front line. So if you are going to bring Havertz out, then you put Broja. He's going to do well. So we don't need too much to go and sign Lewandowski or sign anything. All we
Colin,
get
it sounds like you're really back in the.
It's not easy though.
It sounds like you're back in the youth a lot. Like you want a lot of the youth.
For me, because we have a good. For me, when it comes to Chelsea system, no, look, when it comes to Chelsea, because we made all this mistake. If you remember when we won Champions League, we went back to this youth: Oscar, Mata, Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne, all these Marco Mori, all of them. And look at that time. If we keep imagine when we keep Lukaku, have Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne, Oscar, Mata. That could have by now. I don't think anybody will challenge us. And we have that same kind of age is coming out in Chelsea again. If you look at them now, they are all doing well. So for me, I don't need to buy any. Maybe go and spend 100 million. I want to buy a striker. Why you have Broja? So imagine now you went and signed a striker of 100 million pounds. Then what do you expect Broja to do? You expect that guy to move on because he's a very okay. If you want to go and buy Nunes, everybody wants to buy Nunes. If you take Broja to Benfica, he's going to play the same thing that Nunes is playing. So for me, Broja is a very good player and he can dribble. So for me, he just have that like a if you are seeing Roger, you're seeing like Diogo Costa vibe. For me, I would like to bring him back. If Lukaku wants to move, we are free to shift to Lukaku. Then, if Harvard is not playing for you can bring Roger. That speed will be there. That everything will be there. The strength will be there. All we just need is like 4 players, just like by Kunde or Tremini, which I know. I like the guy more than Decorais. I don't know what everybody like about Deco because he's an English player. For me, he just if you watch Tremini very well, he plays very well. Even if you remember, Fabregas have said a lot of things about the guy. So now, and it's more cheaper. So buy the guy. Then Gallagher is coming back. This guy, Billy Gamer, who is a very good player for me. I didn't support when he went for that loan. I wanted him to stay in Chelsea because if he stays in Chelsea,
not West Ham though.
There's too much. Like I get the whole youth thing, like, and I think we need to like sped some of them in, but at the same time, I think it's very important that we have some experience in there as well. We're going to lose Rudiger. We're going to lose Azpilicueta. Lukaku goes. You know, that's 3 players gone that you would say have some.
Staying, by the way.
That's a lot of experience gone. And then what you're saying is in this league and are very young and have a very young budget.
If you want to get experience, you can buy Koulibaly, which Koulibaly is very good. You can buy Koulibaly is very good. So if you want to get experience, only Koulibaly and Koundé for that back line. So it's okay. Then you just buy. You don't need to buy from maybe you want to buy another left back while you have Earmas. Tell me another left back you want to buy that Earmas cannot do that job, because if you are buying somebody now, he's not coming to replace Chilwell. That person is not coming to replace Chilwell.
I want to jump in on a few things you said. Like,
so he's not coming to replace
Collins, you're speaking facts, but Marina's not going to listen to you. What you're saying.
Collins, you're bringing up Maatsen. Like,
Collins, you're speaking facts, but Marina's not going to listen. Marina's such a bad.
Wait, so Maatsen, like, he's supposedly going to go on loan to Dortmund. That's number one. That's partly why we're still looking for a different left back, because Maatsen's going to be on loan. Secondly, when I talked about like 10 to 13 changes, 100% takes into account all those youth players that are on loan. And I personally want to see someone like Gilmore a part of the rotation next year. But supposedly he's going to go out on loan again to like maybe Rangers, just like Maatsen. So like maybe Ampadu. Yeah, you go, Colin. Yeah. Oh, what do you say?
He said Ampadu.
Yeah, Ampadu. Like I wasn't a fan of him at all, but I mean, people tweeting about him up the wazoo recently, and it's like it seems like he's really grown to be experienced and he's versatile. But I just want to take into account, like, in these 10 to 13 changes that I'm talking about, like goalie, right? Like, declared, you even touched up on it. Like, we had a lot of transfers in it, partly in agreement before the sanctions, and they fell through because of the sanctions, right? Goalie, if we want to get rid of Kepa, right? Because his wages are too high, whatever, and he's better than your average backup, and he should be a number one somewhere, right? So it's like, if we get rid of him, that I don't know if you guys ever hear of this guy Gabriel Slonina? I was late on him too, but supposedly he's a 17-year-old MLS goalie. That's right, he's 17 and he's from the MLS. Guess what? We've been scouting him for some time, and supposedly before the sanctions, we had a deal and agreement where he's on the Chicago Fire. We would sign this 17-year-old goalie, who's supposedly one of the best young goalies in the world. We would loan him back out to the Chicago Fire for like a year or two, and then he'd come back a little more mature, like a few years down the line. But guess what? If we were to still sign Slonina after this, we would have, and we put him back out on loan, we would have to bring in another goalie, because
you don't need to bring her because you have Nathan from Hull City. You have the Nathan from Hull City.
Jake, you're speaking facts, but and Collins. Wait, Jake and Collins are speaking facts about it, but I don't think you guys realize Marina. Let me give you something. Marina's trash. She's not going to listen to what you guys are saying. You guys actually have minds. No, wait. You're actually speaking facts here. You do realize
you're speaking facts, Nathaniel. Why we listen to you?
He doesn't care. This is why.
Let him finish, man. He doesn't even know what he's going to say.
Give him out a 5-year contract.
Marina's trash.
Marina's not good enough. She's not good enough. She just wants profit. And then
she's not going to listen to us.
In the chat saying,
and no one listens to us, Nathaniel. I don't know what you're talking about.
No one listens to anyone, mate.
Nathaniel,
people want to hear lies. That's what they want to hear.
Like, your mouth is shut. Trash. Like, everything's trash.
I can't.
I can't. Like, there's nothing else other than trash.
Marina, be honest, Jem. Be honest. Jem, be honest. Why is Todd Boehlys having second thoughts of putting Marina as long-term the director of football? Because she's
Is
not
that,
good enough. She's
is
not
that what your
profit.
sources? Is that what your
She's not
sources have
profit.
done?
Yeah.
It's all over. It's all over.
So,
Man, come on,
Nathaniel,
come on,
Nathaniel,
Just
can
stay
you,
Come on,
on
have some
topic,
sense,
man.
man.
Stay on
can you,
topic,
can you
for
please
fuck's
So I can't
just
even
get
speak now because you
everything,
guys cut
get
over
everything
me.
out?
But you guys want everybody else to speak.
Yeah, it's
I can't even
you know how you
speak.
said
I can't
Marina
even
wouldn't
speak.
listen to us. I don't know why we're
Jem, mute
listening
them,
to
man.
you as well.
1 second, Declan.
Jem,
I want
mute
you
them.
to
Jem,
talk
mute them.
I want you to talk some sort of logic, but when I listen to you, it just irritates me because you
It
don't.
is logic. Marina's not good enough.
It's like talking to a 2-year-old
So
kid.
you.
It's
Can I
not
speak?
a
Can I
fucking
speak?
brick wall.
So Marina got Lukaku.
Yeah, go on.
I can't
Yeah.
speak. Marina got Lukaku, who's not good enough, yeah? Okay, I'll be honest. Lukaku's not good enough for us. He doesn't see the
Okay.
system. Marina got like the likes of Emerson, Zappacosta, all these trash, Bakayoko, and you really think long term wise, Collins and Jake, she's gonna listen to what you guys are saying and actually do the right thing.
You think
She's not
she
gonna do the
wanted
right
those
thing. She's gonna do
players
the
or
wrong
Conte,
thing again.
the
She's
Italian
gonna be in a
manager?
cycle again. But wait. But
Well,
even
she
the
must
people in the
tune
chat,
in, Nathaniel, yeah?
stupid people in the chat that are saying, "Oh, plastic, fake fan." You guys don't have any sense because what I'm speaking is facts. Marina isn't good enough. I'm just
Oh
speaking. Like,
my
listen,
God.
Bro,
in the
no
world,
one's gonna
people don't want to
take anything you say
listen
seriously
to
if
lies.
you come in and just start spewing about a Mount agenda, bro.
Exactly. No one's gonna take you
I'm not
seriously
speaking about
unless you
I'm not
talk
even speaking about
seriously.
man. I'm not even speaking
Oh my God.
agenda. I'm not-
Secondly, I just want to talk about
Guys,
Boehlys.
anyway, can I stop for a second? I want to go to Hanno
Yeah,
because
you
you've got to
go,
go in
yeah.
a second.
Yeah.
Let's let Hanno go. Lewis is here as well, and Jose and Hassan. Hanno, go on, mate. You gonna talk?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, mate. Go on.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can hear you, bro.
So I've heard all your points, and Nathaniel, you talk too much. You talk very much.
Well,
When my
at least there's someone on his level.
when my friends talk about football with me and they start chatting too much, I just say keep quiet. You're talking too much because it sounds so annoying and it's so irritating. But enough of that. Chelsea. Interesting club, very interesting. I hope Chelsea do the right thing, and that right thing is to get Kunde, get Chouameni, and sort this whole flipping attackers out. Because I don't have any respect for these attackers. You got Mount. What has he? How can I have respect for him? Okay, he scores goals, but the performance and the goals isn't together, it's apart. So it's on and off. Pulisic, missing chances after chances. Lukaku, if I speak, I am in big trouble. And who else? Werner, he's leaving. Reportedly, he wants to leave this summer. Okay, he had what 2 great spells as a Chelsea player, which lasted each spell lasted about
Oh yeah.
what
he did.
3 or 5 games, and Ziyech hasn't been. He's not one of Tuchel's favorites, so hasn't played much. But when he played out wide on that far, so he has done good, but he doesn't fit into Tuchel's system. So
Wait,
he
you guys
hasn't-
listen to this? Oh my day.
and
This guy's more mature than you, bro.
and when you think
Oh
about
my God,
Havertz,
this fucking chat,
Havertz
man.
he's done good, but he is not that clinical striker we need. He's more like a second striker who's gonna get you 10 to 15 assists, 10 to 15 goals a season. He's not that striker that's gonna.
Is this Classif's brother?
So you guys listen to
don't
that
interrupt
over
it, don't
educated man
interrupt.
like me. You guys listen to facts like me and an educated man like me. You listen to
That's
this
just
waffling.
I think that's where I'm
let
going.
me finish,
Like
man.
what? You got Ruben
Guys,
Diaz.
guys, let him finish.
Bro,
Diaz.
Collins is having a fucking mental breakdown.
1 second, guys. 1 second. He's talking to quite a lot more. I'm actually understanding what he's talking about better than you do.
You don't understand. No. Who are you lying to? Who are you lying to, Jem?
Now
Listen,
it's
Jem, you're
trash. Lukaku is great.
you're good at.
Trash, but you
I
don't
spoke
ever
about-
say anything else in
I
3
spoke about
words.
Marina. What the
He was half right.
That's about Marina, didn't I? Did I not?
Oh,
Marina
let's,
is trash.
They're not.
Oh, Nathaniel, let
Mourinho's
Hano finish,
trash.
man.
No, I said
Let
why
Hano
kids.
finish.
Why is he doing? Take him to your stream and make
Listen,
money off it.
Only
So take him to your stream, bruv.
Well, Nathaniel, you are welcome on. We are live in half an
You
hour.
know what? I know why.
yeah, thanks. No,
Sorry.
thanks, Lewis. No, wait. Thanks, Lewis. Lewis, you're a good guy, man. And listen, Jem just constantly hates.
Thank you,
and
mate.
doesn't want to
Thank
listen to what
you.
I'm
Don't
saying.
worry.
Maybe
You're always
maybe I'm moving.
Hey, is Johnny going to come on today?
Nah, Johnny's taking a break from streams, sadly.
41 want to add more life threats.
I know what
more
Lewis
members.
is doing. He's clever. He's clever. I know what he's doing. Yeah.
Also,
Me?
one more thing, Jem. Your
Should
chat.
be a sale.
I'm
They've
clever.
had-
Why don't you listen to my
idiots,
Lukaku
man.
plot?
People in the chat. Idiots.
Oh, guys, can we let Hano finish now?
Yeah, I'll finish, man.
Okay, so Havertz, yeah, he's more like a second striker. Then you got what? Chow. He probably needs a loan. He's not fully adapted yet. And who else is there? I think that's everyone. And
Who would you have in, bro? Who do you want to come?
probably Chiesa, who, if we want really to spend loads of money,
It's a good
I would
shout.
like Chiesa. Dembele is an option, but the only thing is, I know he has been giving new life at Barca, but like, I don't know if he is that Premier League play, if he can adapt to the Prem, because he has played in Bundesliga and La Liga. And if outside, who I want Nkunku. I haven't watched him much, but when I've watched him, that man is class. He will fit right into Tuchel's system. And Nathaniel, your points on Marina. Yes, she needs to go. I agree with you. But she's not trash. She has made lots of errors, but she has also made great decisions. So that's all my points.
I know. Thank you, mate.
That's why are you laughing at that kid, man? What's wrong with you?
I know,
Fucking
just
hell,
let-
man.
Laughing at something else, bro. I'm on my phone, man. Chill.
Did you just mute yourself?
Cool.
Mute yourself then if people were talking. Yeah, all right, cool. Hanno, thank you very much, mate. I'll talk to you in a bit, yeah? Thank you very much for coming on, bro.
Yeah. Thank
Big
you.
up to you, man. Big up to you, man.
Big up everyone.
Thank you for
on
offering,
the
man.
panel.
Thank you for offering.
And big
Oh,
up
shut up,
yourself.
man.
Big
Yo,
up,
shut
panel. Take care. Stay safe.
Honestly, Nathaniel, I'm about to mute you, man. Just stop, bro. Just relax.
See you later, now. Take care. All right, we've got Hassan, we've got Jose, we've got Lewis. Let's go to Jose because he's been sitting there for ages. Jose, what are you saying?
What I'm saying, I think Koundé is an excellent defender. I think he would definitely suit our system. Definitely, generally would. That's what I want to happen, Koundé, because I've been waiting for that. I love Koundé. Koundé is an amazing defender. I think Timo should leave. He's not good enough.
Yeah.
He's just good in the Bundesliga. That's where he should be, in the Bundesliga. Lukaku's not good enough either. Apart from that, Mount is actually good, but
Oh my days! What is that sentence?
Nathaniel, shut up. Fuck's sake. Go on.
Nathaniel, honestly, bro.
I
once you're
apologize.
there,
I
you're fucking
apologize
done,
but
man. Yeah, no.
if I can't speak. I think Mason Mount's actually good.
Fuck.
Just because he missed the
Sorry.
penalty, everyone's on him. But it's cool if that's what you think. Mount's shit, but he ain't. Apart from that, they should bring more like you know, Gallagher. He should come into the squad. That's what I think he would suit the midfield. But Declan Rice shouldn't come in because he's expensive, and West Ham are asking a lot of money for him. That's all I have to say, pretty much.
Cool. I mean, I back you on the Koundé thing. Obviously, I'm quite a big Koundé fan. I think he does suit our system. I think he's one player that will give us a lot of versatility in this team. And for me, he is like one of the first on the list when you think about defenders coming in. Anyway, we still need another one at least. I think Koulibaly would be good. There's also that talks about Guvial, whatever his name is, from Leipzig. He looks quite good, young talent as well. Mature. No, I haven't seen loads of him. Yeah, he looks right as well, you know. So there is people out there that we can bring in, but we'll have to see what how we get on, innit? See how we get on for this summer window. But Todd Boehlys is going to be announced soon, which is the one thing I will say. Obviously, Trivago brought out a comment earlier on, didn't they, saying welcome Todd Boehlys, and then deleted it. So that tells you everything. Everything you need to know. So, Lewis, what are you saying?
Arsenal are shit first and foremost, and even if we managed to fuck up the whole top 4 race and everything, it was funny to see it get to this point. But yeah, now we're in this position. Just play the kids for the next 2 games, and then just fuck this season off and go for the summer. Bin off our whole attack and just start again. See. Also re-sign Christensen.
What about you're not signing Christensen. This guy's snaked us anyway. I'm talking about we need to obviously sort the defence out. You're saying bin the forward line, but this is without sorting our midfield out and getting wing backs in. Like, are you seeing us doing all of that, or do you think we're just like this?
Nah, not in one window. Like, the midfield will have to be sorted because one of Jorginho and Kante is leaving. Wing backs, one's already going to be sorted with Perisic, also potentially both, with the fact he can play on both wings. So yeah, we could focus on the attack if we wanted to. To me personally, other than Mount, bin them all off, but I know that's not realistic. So whoever stays, last chance saloon for you guys, and then we just move from there.
Other than Mount, you know. What about Havertz?
Nah, don't get me started, because me and Jem will go for the next half an hour, but he's been as mid as everyone else has been.
Why is Fator so obsessed with me, man? Looking for Fator in the chat. What's his
he's
problem?
not even in the fucking bro. Just chill.
He's in the chat.
It is what it is. Whoever stays here
What's
is the
the
last
bounty?
season.
Bro,
Otherwise,
DM
I'm
me, I'll
fully
tell
washing
you.
my hands of them.
DM me, bro.
Don't DM him. Don't DM him, man. Don't DM him.
Yeah, look. I don't think. I think Havertz, Samantha, the only 2 that I think should stay really out of our forward line. Personally, I think the others in Ziyech and Werner and Lukaku and who else is there? I think we could sell them for value at this point. Are we going to get rid of all of them? No. Don't be surprised.
You could keep them in interchange depending on how we overhaul the rest of the squad.
But even if we
I'll say the same with him for Ziyech and Lukaku last season, or I'm done with you all.
Lewis, even if we brought Dembele, just say we brought Dembele in, for example, that would not still be enough for our forward line to be consistent. That's why I'm saying we actually need to. We do need to clear it.
One signing, I don't think changes it all.
No, we need at least 2 fresh.
Yeah, 2, 3 if we could really, but I wouldn't push for that. But around 2.
Lewis, I got a question for you. Do you think? Because I'm the only one. I've rated Christensen since I was a kid. Remember him when he had a mask under Sarri. I won't forget, he was so good. That's probably got the best out of him.
Good times.
Don't you think we should get Sarri back? Because hear me out. Don't you think we get Sarri back because we got the best out of Hazard. Hazard lost his cheek. Best out of.
Think we should bring who back?
Best out of Mauricio Sarri, because we got the best out of Hazard. Oh, sorry. Who else?
I bring Sarri back as a director of football, in my opinion. This guy's talent ID is off the charts.
Anyway,
it's like you ain't seen our scouting system over the last 3-4 years.
Why are we talking about Mauricio Sarri?
Hold on, Collins wants to say something. Collins, what do you want to say?
My chain smoking apple. Let's go.
Let's go. Listen, Jem, you need to be at Lewis, man. Just speak facts.
All you gotta do is just sprinkle some green in your cigarettes, and it's all good.
One stream, man. Lewis is just goating you on because you're talking shit as well. But go on, Collins, go.
Go on, Collins, bro, go.
What I want to say, because I heard what everybody's talking about. We don't need too much signing like the way you guys are making, because I believe that this season is going to be different from next season is going to be different from other season we experienced on that. Because if you watch last season, most of the players that went pre-season with him are not even in Chelsea. They're all people that came back from loan, Bakayoko, all of them, most of them. So, and this time around, I don't think we are going to have that kind of mess again. So for me, if you have these guys now, then train together for 1 month, do the whole pre-season, it's going to be a different thing, because people, I don't think that Werner is going to be, I don't think that Ziyech is going to be, because the whole thing is that if they are having a game time, I don't think they will go, because next season is going to be 5 subs. So that 5 subs, a lot of people are going to have chance. And another thing for me, Dembele is going to be a good option for Chelsea if you can have, because it's a free agent. So if you can add Dembele, only one person can spark the team. One person can spark the team. So I think if you add Dembele in that, because he can create space, he can make a chance for people to move it. So for me, if you can get Dembele, it's okay. It's a good signing. And another thing again, because when you're talking about it, we need to wipe everybody. It's not possible because you are not going to wipe everybody that front. For me, Lukaku may go. I don't like Lukaku from day one. So if Lukaku move, I don't have problem. If Lukaku move, you can bring in Broja. Broja is going to be a good for me. I like the boy so much. I like how he hold ball, how he move his ball. I love it so much. The another thing again, because if you're talking about you're going to buy this, I don't think that transfer is going to happen. In that midfield, all we need is one person because you are not going to buy Declan Rice, you're not going to buy Tremaine at the same time. Only one person is going to come in because if Jorginho is moving, Bakele is leaving, Sahu is moving. So all we need, because Gallagher is coming back, Ilimo is coming back. So all those guys, you have to give them game time. So all you need is only one person. Tremaine is okay for that place. Then you come to the back. Kunde is already a Chelsea player. I don't care what people are talking about. Then you can get Koulibaly for maybe a cheaper rate. It's okay for me. Then we move from there. Then next season, you can give it at least you'll be adding player maybe 2. If you watch where he's not moving, then you add 1 player. And another thing, again, before I move, I want to use this opportunity because the energy you guys are talking about the Chelsea male team, I don't think you guys also use that energy to talk about the female team. For me, the weekend has been the best weekend for me because I watched the whole Chelsea Man City game, so I enjoy it. Since the men can win in that Wembley, they will not did us bad.
Exactly.
So for me, I want you guys to please use that energy because if you watch the female game very well, you will enjoy it more than for me now. If I told you that I watched more Chelsea ladies than the men. I watch the female team more than I watch the men team because if I watch the female team, I'm sure I'm going to win the match. So
Collins.
I'm sure about it. So I would like you guys to also support the female team because we're all Chelsea families. So you can't be supporting one team and not supporting others. You understand?
Colin, do you know it's bad when Johnny's taking a break from YouTube
Put
after
his
that
UCL on the table with buff out.
Stay on topic, man.
Oh, that's funny.
Stay on topic, man.
Let's go to Hassan.
Wait, I've got to get through this quickly. Hassan,
On topic, he just spoke about the women's team. He just spoke about the women's team.
Shut up, Nathaniel. Hassan,
Chelsea women's are clear of men, to be honest.
Yeah. Anyway, besides all of that chaos, man.
So that's what I have to say.
It's alright. I'm gonna quickly say my thing and then so we can obviously get through everyone as fast as possible. With Todd Boehlys, right? He's got a lot of things to do this summer, and I think this rebuild was inevitable. Really, I think we've been constantly getting. Let's be honest, right? 2017 bit us in the arse, man. Like with the whole Bakayoko's Apacosta, I think that set us back years. Like because we still got them dead woods in our books and stuff, and it's all came back to bite us. But in all honesty, I'm just glad that half the squad's getting cleared out. With the whole youth setup, I think I really see only of all the youths, maybe 3-4 that are probably going to break through the squad as backups. Broja, Gallagher, Collywell, and probably Dujon, Sterling, maybe. I think them 4 will probably stay at this club. And I think we definitely need experienced players like Koulibaly at the back, Perisic as well. We just need an experienced back line. Midfield, let's be honest, bro, we're going to have to cough up. We messed up. We should have bought Chouameni for 30 million and loaned him there for a year. Yep. I don't know. That's going to come back to bite us. We're going to have to pay 45, 50 M's for him. But it is what it is. For us to compete again, we have to go for Tuchel's priority targets, which are Kunde, Chouameni and Declan Rice. From what I've read from the Athletic, they're the top 3 priorities. I think Rice can wait a year or 2 because we can get him on the cheap or free. But Chouameni and Kunde is most likely the cheapest options of his priorities, as well as the backline. I think the backline has to be done first. Lewandowski, I've rated this guy for years. I've rated him for a long time, back when people did call him the best. I've always seen him as one of the best, if not the best. But the only way we're going to get him in if we sell players like Werner, Lukaku, not Ziyech, but like Pulisic as well, like players like them. We need to get rid of them before we get players like But the good thing is there's a lot of quality free targets. If we don't get too many, I could give you another example. Kamara, he's a good shout.
He's going to Atletico Madrid, but there's so many free targets. There's so many
quality free targets. I would even be surprised. Like, go for a cheeky Pogba. Is what is, but we're gonna.
Now you're talking.
No, but in all seriousness though, Todd Boehly's got a lot on his hands. It's up to the scouts and Marina to get the right targets in, because if we get the wrong targets now, we're screwed for 4 or 5 years.
Just tell Marina that, because Marina's ruined us. Ever since Mikel and Milano left as the director, we've been trash. You know, we've been trash, and that's just fact.
Yeah, but didn't you properly Paco and call him world class?
Marina just cares about profit, yeah. And listen, forget Lewandowski. We need to focus on. We need to focus on defense and midfield first. Before
Marina didn't re-sign AC. Marina out.
Exactly, Marina out, man. Listen, Marina, how you not going? AC is going to be the next best defender.
You don't believe a word you're saying, bro. You don't believe a word you're saying.
I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. 100%.
And AC
I told you already. I told you already. Undersari with the mask. I rated him. I already told you that. Undersari with the mask. I already told you. He's better than Rudiger. Mask Rudiger.
You've got the weirdest fucking opinions of
we need
football.
50
He has a script.
Let Nathaniel cook, man.
He's not cooking nothing.
Exactly.
Bro.
I mean, you're right.
Man,
He's cooking prime Japanese Wagyu steak, man.
No, he's not. He's
Hey, listen, man, this dick riding is crazy, man.
I don't
think
Nathaniel, just be quiet. Let the rest of them talk now.
Why is Ram here, man?
Why
is Ram here after the FA Cup, man? That's not fair. How's he let on here?
Mark's been waiting for ages.
I'm sick, that's why. And you
Mate.
talk shit.
Do you know what? It's actually quite nice not being able to hear Nathaniel speak sometimes. It's almost like I need a filter to keep him out. Like, you know, I mean, Jesus Christ. What waffle do you speak, man? I feel sorry for your mum every single time, because that's the only woman you come home to, bro. Jesus Christ. The only sources you have, the only sources you've got, fam, is on the school table, fam. Sit down and shut up. Right, listen. Right, let's listen. Right.
Don't bring up that. Bring up my mum. You taking a mic? You taking a mic?
Yeah. No. Like your sex life, bruv. Like your sex life. It's taking a piss. Right. Listen.
Ram,
right.
that isn't necessary, man. Come
on.
What did you say?
Let's be honest.
You better watch it, man. You better watch it.
Guys, let's not get into agendas. Quickly get on.
Flaming hell, I was about to speak, man. Right, listen. I don't think Koulibaly would be a good option, personally. I've just seen the news coming in now that Koulibaly's been offered to us again. I just don't see the point in us going for him, man. You know, he's too old. You know, I mean, we want somebody who's young, like Koundé or someone like that, that's able to put out a good, decent back line.
You know, Matty, I can only see him like as a backup to Silva, because I don't think Silva can do well.
Ram, I hope Madrid smoke you guys, man. Ram, I hope Madrid smoke you guys. 5-6-0.
Honestly,
get that picture off.
Madrid.
Get that little fan off. Get that little fan off.
Keep him backstage. Keep him backstage.
Change my name.
I work for Chelsea.
That's funny. I work for
Anyway, go on, mate.
Hazard's dropping a UCL on Salah's headpiece. It's peak.
Anyway, let Matty finish.
Has Hazard ever won a
Facts.
Has Hazard ever won a UCL?
Oh.
Hey, shut up.
In 2 weeks, bro.
Hazard was best player.
Fucking topic.
Best player in the World Cup.
He lost
best player in the World Cup.
See, bro, this is what I'm thinking him.
Matty, go on.
Thanks, Jem. The one thing I will say is that I agree. I think we do need to look at the wing backs. We also need to start looking at. I think I agree with whoever said about paying the money for Tchouaméni. We need to do that, man, because I think he's probably the best option that we've got. I don't want to pay 150 million for Declan Rice. I don't see what the point is in us paying that amount of money for him, man. I would rather us kind of go for Tchouaméni. At least in that way, he can also learn from the likes of Kante. He can learn from the likes of, Kovacic, and he could put a good all-round player, man. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it all depends what happens, man. You know, I'd like to see us flipping. The defense is a priority for me, and if we get rid of Kepa, we need to find a decent backup goalkeeper and quick.
Why are you on about goalkeepers? We need the defense. We need the midfield. Why do people care about goalkeepers now?
Because we've
need
got
defense and
we've got a goalie in Kepa that is being paid 150,000 on a 6-year contract when you could actually get rid of him. Wait a sec,
leaving the club. Actually, free.
Playing up again. 1 second, yeah. Like the reason we sell him is so that we can reduce the wage book, which will allow us to spread the book on better positions. That's why we're looking to get rid of him.
That's not smart. That's not smart. Our defenses are leaving. Wait, okay, Jem. If a house was burning down, and there was another house that was costing you too much money that you never lived in, which one would you want to get rid of first?
The one that you're putting
I
don't know the answer to that, but I'm just going to say
the house burnt down because Nathaniel was trying to cook.
Yeah.
I was going to say, let people.
Jesus Christ. Nathaniel, learn some skills, man. You know, Jesus Christ, like cake in a coherent sentence, man. You know,
guys, there's just one more person we need to get to.
Yeah, please. Let's get on. Next person, go on.
Oh, go on then, Mr. Old Marina. Everyone's moaning about Marina. Nathaniel's moaning about Marina getting sacked.
Yeah,
shit.
Cook him, man.
What's going on, Marina? What's going on?
Hey, good morning. Can anybody hear me?
We can, bro.
Oh man, all this Marina get fired, all this Marina trash talk. That's your problem. Stick it up your ass, you know.
Stop simming for a 50-year-old, man.
No.
Stop simming for a 50-year-old.
Pissed off Showtime. That's not easy to do.
Miss Marina's staying. She's not going nowhere. If you're mad about Marina and her signings, you should be thankful about Marina for what she has done for this club. She got rid of Frankie Lampard and brought in the best manager in the world. She brought in N'Golo Kante. She brought in Thiago Silva.
That wasn't her.
Who wasn't her to do what?
I had to check one of the good players. She wasn't about players.
She's the director. She didn't give Andreas Christensen a freaking new contract because his pussy hurt. He's a punk. He's a bitch. He doesn't want to do.
Hey! Can we have some respect for our players?
You're a good guy.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
Listen.
No,
Showtime, you're a good guy, man.
Is a punk.
All due respect. Stop saying for a 50-year-old girl, man.
That guy won us a fucking Champions League, mate.
Yeah, as a sub.
You know,
just like his position at Barcelona, he's gonna cry. He's gonna cry when he goes to Barcelona. He's gonna suck. He's gonna want to come back.
Showtime, I've got a question. Showtime.
I have you know that Session is going to be the next Carlos Puyol. And
Showtime, just one question, man. One question.
That's your girl who's ruined us, you know.
I'm going to tell you, one question. Didn't do nothing. She brought in great business. She saved money and she brought in a champion. She brought us
great business. Timo Werner for 50 million, Dry Havertz for 72 million, Pulisic for 60 million, Lukaku for 100 million. No Rudiger, no AC.
No AC. No. Do you know why we don't sign AC? Because he's a punk. He's a little punk.
Yeah. What about Rudiger?
We gave him a
that's very
contract. He didn't want to sign it. And he said no.
Showtime, you're mudded, man.
Yeah, probably some meaty 80k a week contract.
We gave AC a contract. You know what he did? He said, "Okay, I'm gonna sign it," and then he pushed it out and got a new management. And they was like, "Man, don't sign it. Let's go to Barcelona."
How much was the contract, mate?
So
how
what? He deserves every little penny.
How much was the contract per week, mate?
You tell me because you his boyfriend.
You tell me, bro. I thought you know. I thought you know all the numbers, bro.
Showtime's a simp, man. Showtime's simping for Marina, man.
Come on, man. I thought you know the numbers.
Shut up.
Grown men are talking to them. You be quiet. Sit down and listen to him.
Continue.
And let me tell you something. At the end of the day, we get a new owner, right? The first thing that owner is supposed to do is build a statue outside of Stamford Bridge with Roman Abramovich.
Your boyfriend.
You feel me? That's what he's supposed to do. Build a statue.
I don't feel that's probably not the top of the priority.
Money, we're not going to spend nothing. We're going to bring in two players at max, Koundé and Tchouaméni.
This is why I love Boehlys, because if you guys
really gonna believe in American guy?
He's a part owner of the Dodgers. He's a part owner of the Dodgers, right?
He's not gonna spend money.
I don't fuck with baseball. Like I played soccer my life. I don't fuck with baseball. Baseball's a walking sport. Probably the worst sport here in America. I fucking despise it, right?
Oh, man,
but with that being said, the Dodgers signed a shit ton of big name players. I know that for a fact.
That's good.
And they have a huge wage bill, right? So Boehlys known. He's not known. He's familiar with signing big name players and having a huge wage bill. If you don't think he's about to spend a lot of money, you're retarded. I'm sorry, you're retarded.
That's not a nice word.
You're
brother.
retarded.
There's very sick people around the world that actually that word and you using it freely is.
But
go to school. Then.
But you're gonna call out
Every
cunties in pictures, man. Make it make sense.
Showtime, you simp.
Fucking hell.
Showtime's a simp, man. We stop crying. You're
Let me
simp
tell you
in
something.
Marina.
Shut up. Stay on the sidelines, bro.
At the end of the day, we're not gonna sign. You think he's gonna go in and spend 20? He has to change
salty.
so much before he even thinks about signing players. He has to get a new sporting director. He has to get the board organized. He has to do so much for the bridge already. He's gonna be prioritizing things little by little.
That's next season. That's next year.
Next season is
well, I'm
understand
outside
that
anyway,
yeah,
so big up the Chelsea.
He's gonna run because
And also, re-sign
Marina
AC.
is staying. Marina is staying for next year.
Lewis,
Wait,
AC's calling. You gotta run.
Marina and the board are staying
AC's
for next
calling.
year just to even things out.
Marina can go.
Showtime, Marina's staying.
I'm gonna follow
to even
her.
things
I'm
out
gonna
because
still
she knows
support
the
the
club.
Blues. Bro, without Marina, this club wouldn't be where it is without Marina. So that's my
Oh,
opinion.
what's that nonsense? What's that
That's
nonsense?
not nonsense. That's
Had to check
facts.
literally.
She brought in the
nonsense.
manager
Yo,
that won us
get
the
a hang of
Champions
this
League.
one, bro. Please.
She brought us the manager that won us the Champions League. So be quiet, boy. She brought in great signings. Marina's doing her job. She's doing what she was supposed to do. Everything else is on the chairman.
Don't
Bruce
fucking
Bucks.
change your profile picture to me, Nathaniel, man. Take that shit off, bro. I'm gonna ban you. Behave yourself.
Well, anyway, Jem, I'm gonna say this at the end of the day. All that's gonna happen within our squad, it's not really gonna happen. We're gonna bring in a couple, 2 or 3 players, and that's it. And then we're gonna go back into the academy because we're known for that. And then we're gonna have players like Mason Mount on our roster, trying to make some people call him world class, the greatest, and that bullshit. He's not.
Hey, Andrew.
Surfer.
Mason Mount's trash, man.
Finally.
Jem, I've just started a new part-time job today. I'm collecting idiots.
Yeah, please come and take him.
Yeah, please
Take
come and
Nathaniel.
Come and collect this dickhead.
Hey, you can finish your quota here, Andrew.
Well, watch
That's
for the
right.
day.
It's all right. There's a massive idiot apparently on this panel.
No, it's driving me mad. It's
No,
finished
it's
noise. Driving me
Who
mad.
said his ban was unbanned?
Bro,
Hey,
I
Ram,
don't even
shut
know
up.
you, man.
Oh, and the
I
bonus
swear he
is
was
I
banned until
collect
the end of the
bans as well.
season.
The bonus.
Ram,
pays
shut
bans.
up.
Yeah,
Ram, you're owned by LeBron James. You're owned by LeBron James. Chill out.
Nathaniel, you're talking to a mod, you know that,
whole
right?
season.
Shut up.
I
I
swear
don't
he was
care
banned
about
until the end of the
Ram, man. He's
season.
a Liverpool fan.
I swear he was
Guys, I'm
banned
going to
until the end
finish
of the
off
season.
anyway, but I want to hear what Winter Surfer's got to say quickly. Winter Surfer, what are you saying?
Yeah, I just
Waffler.
I just want to say this.
Shut up, Nathaniel, man.
This government will never turn Chelsea fans against Roman Abramovich, no matter what PR they put out with their tweets or whatever they do, you know, trying to get us to turn against him.
Yeah.
Boehlys going to be announced. Someone's getting fired at Trivago for releasing that tweet.
Yeah.
Someone's going to go. So it's not going to be done. But I want this season over with. Get the point, whatever it is, and then play cup of soup in the final game with Harvey Vale, Lewis, or whatever.
Get Mugabe out the team.
And it's all going, what?
Oh, I don't know. He's just talking. He's been like.
Roman
I think he's got some sort of illness. You know, I don't know what it is. He just has to
No,
talk.
it's natural idiocy. It's all good.
Oh, is it?
I thought it was little man syndrome.
She's the best director in the world.
I'm 6 foot.
Not
I'm
the only
6
thing
foot
that's
1.
little.
Six
No,
foot
you're
one.
1'11".
Guys, let Andrew finish it, then Jem can end it.
How do you finish? Shut up.
I just want to say, Jem, to put up with Nathaniel for as long as you have, it shows major, props to you that you haven't sent him off, man.
Props to Jem.
Andrew, do you support Marina?
I support Chelsea.
Yeah, he's like me.
Yeah.
My dog right there.
Yeah, let's cue the outro, boys. Let's cue it.
Anyway, guys, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to GNA TV. Lewis is going live at 3 o'clock. Go and jump on with him. Been a long show, 2 hours long. Very good stream today, actually. Over 320 people here today on the show. So thank you very much for tuning in, as always. We'll be back with more. We'll be back when Todd Boehlys announced. Obviously, we've got the match preview tomorrow for the Leicester game, and then we've got the Watford match preview and the reactions and that. And then no more football, guys. And we'll be able to about transfers, and we will be covering all the transfers over Chelsea. Todd Boehlys' plans and ideas for this summer as well. Who stays, who goes? We'll find that all out very, very soon as well. Big up to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourself. Hit the like, subscribe before you leave. Up the fucking Chelsea. Let's get out.
Oh, Marina, you're the best.